Okay, so Hannah and I are out at the beehive today, and Hannah's my friend from New York City here to celebrate my birthday party with me. Party! So Hannah's going to go through the hive. We're going to take the inner cover off, so we're going to just go to the corner. That's okay, they won't bother you.
We got it.
So you go to the corner and just pop it off. Put your tool in there nice and hard, and just keep turning it. Yep, push and turn. Nice and easy. Yep, so we don't scare them. And we're going to pop it. See how the glue, remember the glue we talked about? Keep going, and once you, there you go. And we're going to put that right over here. They won't bother you. They can't get to you. So you see how they're very happy to see you? I'm going to smoke them for you. And I'll do this so that the smoke blows right down in front of them. You see all the bees?
I do.
Remember, they start from the center and work their way out.
Exactly,
So,
which is why they're all in there.
right, they're all in the center. So we're going to pull, see this propolis? Remember that glue? Just touch it and feel how sticky that is. That's the glue.
What's the difference between that and wax?
It's just very, very sticky, so it's an entirely different substance. They'll do that to seal the stuff, like they tried to seal that inner cover so that we couldn't get in there. Okay, so watch the bees when I do this with the smoke. See the bees? So they'll go away because they don't like it. See them move?
Yeah, they all just ran away.
So we're going to pull this first frame out just to see it. And there's not going to be a lot of activity, but we're just going to pull that frame out like we did in the basement, right here. And I'm going to go on this side for you. There you go. All the way down in there. Turn it. Hold that with your finger, and we're going to go to the other side. Miss Hannah's into the bees.
Woo! Hannah!
Yep, keep going. You got it. Keep going. There. And we're going to pull it right out. Okay, and you can put your tool down. That's not going to bother them. There's thousands of them. And just set your tool right here. And then we're going to hold the frame up and look at it. So you can see, remember the frame in the basement? Look at, turn the other side. This is almost identical. They've done nothing to this frame yet because they just haven't gotten up there. Now look down in here and see the bees. See how active they are here in the center?
Yeah.
And very few here. Okay? The one thing you want to always do when you're doing through the hive inspections is put the frames back in the same order.
Exactly.
Yep, so we're going to put that one back in. Okay, and just drop it. Yep, there, perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull this frame here. Okay, this one right here with your tool, and I'm going to help you. Yep.
You said this one.
Yep, right there, because it's going to be a very active frame.
Now, in general, we probably shouldn't take on from the middle because you said always start from the outside.
We always go from the outside, but we know there's very little activity in the next two. Yep, so push it, right, there you go, just like that, and we're going to lift it right out. I've got it. There you go. Now turn it to you so you can see the wax. See how they're building the comb?
It's like a little cup that they create.
See now, there's one that's on my finger. They're trying to figure out what's the deal. So they will build that wax out till it's almost even with the wood, and once they do that, right now they're all building the wax. Once they do that, then they'll start to fill it with
I think that one already has nectar in it. Do you see?
Is it real shiny?
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's going to be nectar. See them, and they'll work from the, see it right here.
Yeah, I see it.
So let me get the smoker. Let me get on this side, and we'll smoke them, and then you'll be able to see the nectar. They'll go away with the smoke. It won't bother them. You'll see them go away. Just little smoke. Now hold that frame up to you and look inside those cells. See the nectar?
I wish you could get a close-up of this.
Yeah, come on in.
You can.
Yep, see the nectar that's all shiny.
Get in there, Mom.
Yep, nice and shiny. This is Hannah's doing her bee inspection today, thinking about getting a couple of hives for one of her rooftops in New York City. Okay, so we've inspected that frame, and how's the other side look?
Also, lots of nectar.
Yeah, no, remember, that's the side
Closer
inside.
to the center.
Right, so they'll fill that first, and they'll work their way out. Okay, so we can put that frame back.
And I already see the little queen blocker.
Okay, so now we're going to pop this whole frame off so we can look down in the hive to see it. I say frame, but that whole box. So I'm going to help you. Remember, we're going to keep the queen extruder down, so we're going to stay above that. Yep, we're going to just put our tools in and keep pushing. You hear it? Okay, now you're ready. You can put your tool down, and we're going to pull this box off. It's going to be very heavy. There's handles on the side.
Okay.
We're going to lift it just like that. We're going to set it right here.
Great.
Okay? One good swoop. There you go. Set it down. Good to go? Now we get to see, remember we talked about the queen extruder and how they'll go ahead and continue to fill that? But look at the bees.
How do they know to make circle shapes?
That's how they've been developed over hundreds of years. You see all the bees? See him right
Dude
here?
got stuck in the
Yeah, he's okay. Watch. That's called survival of the fittest. Some of them make it and some of them don't.
We're learning.
See where they have this, the propolis? Yep, so we try to just scrape that off there a little bit. Anywhere that you see it. But see, they're almost in, they don't even know that we're here because they're so busy in doing the work that they have to do. But look at how many of them there are down in there. And this is where they just are, so this would be a good frame, a good hive that you would take and split this one. You'd pull some of these frames out of the center, put them in your new hive, and what you would do is put new frames in that you haven't done anything with.
Would you not move the frames from the outside for them to build in?
Nope, you just continue, what you would do is keep pulling them out.
Got it.
Okay, so we're going to put this hive back together and go into one that has some finished frames that we can see the honey that's capped. And the cap will be basically white. It'll look a little bit like your jacket.
Perfect.
So we're going to put this hive body back up on there. Yep, just set it right on there. And then what you do on the corners, use your fingers on the corners, just right on the corners and make sure it's square. Yep, if you can feel it, it'll feel square. Okay? So we're going to put the inner cover back on. Now, what I didn't show you in the base, go ahead and pick it up. In the basement is the inner cover has a little slot in the front. So we're going to just pick it up and look at it. See that little slot in the front right here?
Oh.
So bees can go ahead and go in and out from the top. Okay? But by doing it that way, we're going to set the inner cover down. And we put that on there so we know the inner cover's up there, and we're going to put the lid on.
And does the lid have a certain front or back?
Let me just give them a little bit of smoke because there's some in the corners. Nope, you're okay. I don't want them up on there like this. Okay, so now you can just set the inner cover right up on there. Yep. Now you'll feel the inner cover, feel it move forward to back. Okay?
Yeah.
Because of that slot's in the front and we want the bees to be able to go in and out, we can pull it like this to close it. Or forward and keep it open.
So in the winter then, do you close it?
Yep.
Okay.
So we're going to put our brick back on there in case we get a hurricane. We won't lose the top of our hive. Now we're going to go into the next one so we can see what capped honey looks like. So we're just going to have you pull the top off. I'm going to give them a little bit of smoke in the front. Yep, you're good. You can pop that top off. Okay? Just lift it right up. We're going to set it down in the same spot we did the other one.
This requires some upper body strength that I do not have.
Let me get that. There you go.
Oh.
There you go. That a girl.
Here, these ones.
Yep. Remember, this is a very active hive.
Do you see the bees?
Yep.
Do you not see them? I guess from a distance.
Oh, no, we can see them.
Yeah. So we're going to give these guys a little bit of smoke. And what we're going to do, you see the ones that got crushed?
Okay, do you want me to get those off?
Yeah, you can scrape those off with your tool. Just like that, and just push them to the side.
Poor little buggers.
Yeah, that's terrible. You see the 30,000 friends all live though.
30,000 friends.
Yeah, they're okay. All right, so we're going to take the inner cover off.
I feel sad. I feel like we should have had a funeral.
Yeah, we can do that later if you want. Nice and tight. There, you push it all the way in. There you go. And you're going to set that in the same place you did the other one. Yep, you got it. Pop it right off. There you go. Got it? There you go. Good.
Now, because you have two different hives, when they go out in the world, they know which one to come back to?
Because of the queen.
The queen. Oh,
And
they
the
like know her
pheromones. I'm going to give you a little bit of smoke. Okay?
I got a bee friend.
Yep, that's okay. So this hive here is a lot like that one in terms of how it's been filled out. The ends aren't really done yet, and the center's pretty close to being done, but it's not. So we're going to just pop that top box off and put it right over there, like we did the other one.
Got it.
Now it's going to be a little heavier because it's a little bit more done, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, get your tool in there. Yep, just lift it up and get it broken. You put your tool down. It's going to be a little heavier. You know where the handles are. Grab right a hold of it and lift it straight up and put it over on those boards. There you go, good. Okay, so we brush off our little friends that didn't make it. Remember, this is your funeral procession. You can play taps if you want, if you think. So remember, the bees will start from the outside and work their way in. And this is the one, so we're probably going to try to pull, let's pull this frame here.
Okay.
How about let's pull the second frame?
The half one.
Yep, the one that says a half. Yep, there you go, good. You can come around, I'll get on the other side for you. I'm going to give them a little bit of smoke. Remember which one you're doing, the other one?
Oh.
That's okay. Yep, we're just going to check them. Yep, we're going to set it down like we do. Yep, and put our tool down so we can hold the frame. And now you want to do the inspection like we did before.
Now this is totally capped.
That's capped honey, so that's ready to be extracted, and they're still finishing that because it's on the outside. Now flip it and see the other side.
Oh yeah, you can see a lot of nectar.
Yep, hold it right over here in case the bees come off. See the nectar in here? So they're working to make that into honey, and then they're starting to cap it here. They'll work from the side or center to the sides.
You see how some of the capped ones are darker and some of them are lighter?
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between those?
They'll get that to the moisture content. So once that moisture content gets to 17, they'll cap it.
Got it. But
Yeah,
why are some of them still?
Turn it the other way so I can see the other side.
This one's really
Yep.
capped. Lots of honey there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'll do the next one in for you. You hold that one,
Okay.
and I'm just going to push that one off, just like that,
Oh.
so you can see the next one. Remember, they work from the center out.
So this one's even more.
This one's done both sides.
So because they were done on this one, why did it keep going?